CDIO in Industry 4.0. The acronym CDIO means conceive, design, implement, and operate. CDIO gives standards. They do a kind of research and then they find out like what is the potential optimal standards required for the implementation of Industry 4.0. They do advanced and they also broaden the competence that is required for Industry 4.0. The idea of us going through CDIO is we'll find out what are the competencies that can be identified for future. And accordingly, we can prepare ourselves for Industry 4.0. Industry 4.0, by all means it is interoperability, transparency. Then we have a real-time progression, that is taking the data, acquisition of data and processing the data. And then we go over the digital automation. This is not the whole sum of Industry 4.0 because Industry 4.0 is evolving. And as it evolves, it is still now in a fluid state. There are a lot of things that will be added on to Industry 4.0. By all means, Industry 4.0 for now can be summed or can be defined as it is a cyber-physical system with AI, ML and a kind of a predictive modeling of data. Of course, having a lot of technologies involved in it. To have a lot of technologies means we have to prepare our skills to use those technologies. Okay, now coming on to what are the technologies that can be for the future in Industry 4.0. Leaving out the bioscience, medicine and healthcare, the other non-life technologies are the ones we are going to see. We have these non-life technologies broadly in an acronym called 2S, 2C, 2A, IBR. First 2S. 2S is nothing but simulation and systems integration. 2C, cloud computing, and you have the cyber security. 2A, it is additive manufacturing, and we have a thing called augmented reality, the visioning part, augmented reality. And then we have IBR, the IoTs, big data, and the robotics. Now let's take the first, that is 2S, simulation. Simulation means what? We have to do an imitation or pretentious scenario in which we are going to engage into automation. That's what is simulation. So there are a lot of simulation tools available, whichever is suitable for that kind of an industry application and in a product or service, such kind of a simulations can go on. So simulation is the first part. Then comes the systems integration. Integration in the sense systems are many. In a cyber-physical system, you will have a machine. Then you will have a sensor, and the sensor will be keeping on spiking signals, and those signals are nothing but the data. These have to be integrated. In other words, the hardware and the software has to be integrated. So this is systems integration. Then comes the cloud technology or cloud computing technology, where cloud is nothing but a pathway. It is a pathway for delivering the computing devices and its services. For example, we have servers, storage, DB, network, applications, software, analytics. All these have to be facilitated. And it is done from a safe place where it is virtual. It is not in a real time. So it is kept separately. So it is easy for us to protect it. So it is safe, secure, scalable. It can be innovative, affordable, flexible, all the stuff. So cloud computing is the one which is a key part in this cyber-physical system evolution of Industry 4.0. Then the cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is required because a lot of people are going to be used. And when many people are going to have an access, we need to control what kind of an access rights should be given to these employees or the people who are going to govern it. So the access rights, then in case if something goes wrong, how to trace back and do the trail. Then if you want to bounce back quickly, then the disaster recovery system. So these are part of the cybersecurity. Then comes the additive manufacturing. Additive manufacturing is nothing but 3D printing. You have optical fabrication, you will have photo solidification, you will have fused deposition. All these things are new ways of making a process, material joining process, material combining process, material reinforcing process, making products through in a flexible way in small quantities or in batch order quantities, whatever it is. These are the 3D printing processes that are going to be available through additive. Then comes the augmented reality. Augmented reality is, the best example for augmented reality is the Google Earth. Google Earth, when we see, you see the Earth, then you put your cursor in the Google Earth and you keep clicking, it goes down. You'll see the water and the landmass, and then you keep clicking, you see the continents, and keep clicking, you get into the regions. Keep clicking, you will get into the countries. Keep clicking, you go down, down, down. You get into cities, towns, roads, and then buildings. And then you can make this 2D into 3D. So all these things are nothing but it is an overlay of digital content and information. So likewise, for your applications, you have to identify how you can overlay the contents so that people can be in a position to read and retrieve and recollect all the requirements that is required for the job. Then comes the IoTs. IoT is nothing but, we all know that it's a machine to product communication part, where you will have a physical machine and then a digital machine that has to be connected. It is an interconnection of computing devices. Then comes our big data. Big data is a voluminous data. Voluminous in the sense it has to be stored, warehouse, computing, engineering, and then you will have to mine it. So then you have enriched data from which you are going to do a kind of decision making out of it. And the last part is the robotics. Robotics is going to play a vital role because robotics will be connected with multiple cameras, and it will have, if it doesn't have cameras, then it will have vision embedded systems. It is for a deterministic positioning and actuation for a particular activity. Likewise, you have lot of technologies that are going to go with Industry 4.0. It doesn't mean all these things will go into every Industry 4.0 intervention. No. It is according to your application and your process and product requirements that such application or technology will be used. So in the sense, every technology when you add, it will improve the quality of your product, process, and the systems. Thereby, what we are going to get is an enriched product. It will have much of its value for money. See, these things, when they go on, it is by way, we are going to have an incremental approach towards Industry 4.0. That is the crux for which we have to build our competence based on these technologies available.